Alright, I wanted to complain a bit, not complain, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the 2004 time travel event. I want to talk about gadgets, and I want to talk about gadgets because of this person. So, this person has built their own gadget list, so there's no pot of greed and stuff, and that's fine for the following reason. Pot of greed is you are. I get it. You just, you're not going to play it, whatever. So we're not going to talk about the lack of URs. We're going to talk about why I think this is a bad version of the deck. And it is very simple. This deck wants to go 1-for-1. So every card you play, you just want to take care of one card of your opponent's, and what you're counting on to win you the game is the fact that every normal summon searches you another normal summon. So you get 9 normal summons just guaranteed if you draw any gadget. They're playing Giant Rat because I guess they're afraid of bricking. I don't think that's terrible logic. I don't play with it. I don't agree with it. They're also on Breaker. I do like Breaker as like a monster back row removal. Like it might let you get out of a Royal Decree lock. I do like Breaker. I will say that. Exiled Force and Salute. This is like discard and just spot removal on a monsters, obviously. And I think this is a reasonable choice too. I think Mobius is fine. Once more, back row removal. I don't love Mobius because I don't think you can steal your opponents. Now I'd like to say swords. I do not agree with this. I don't think stopping your opponents from attacking that doesn't really trade cards. I don't like swords in this deck. Once again, every card you play, you want to get rid of an opponent's card. You want to remove a back row, you want to remove a monster on the field. So Nobleman of Crossout is fine. I'm playing this because with the theory that there are annoying like flip monsters in the format that make you want to cry. I'm pretty good with this. Very much disagree with Lightning Vortex. How's your opponent getting a bunch of... You need that your opponent to control at least 2 monsters. And this deck shouldn't be allowing your opponent to control 2 monsters. Like, that just shouldn't happen. So, I disagree with Lightning Vortex. You should be running, like, I don't know, Fissure. Smashing Ground I do agree with. That's the other thing about this deck is they're playing 43 cards, slightly less consistent. I don't think there's any reason to do that. Actually, I do think there is. They should be running more because they're running more monsters. Like I said, you want to draw exactly 1 monster. Raigeki Break and Phoenix Wind Blast. Once again, I disagree with these. These aren't 1-for-1s. These are 2-for-1s. You're getting rid of your card advantage. And I don't think it is worthwhile to play cards that get rid of your card advantage. That's about it. Torrential can be important for like big swings. I don't hate Torrential, to be clear. I don't like limiter removal because I like to be able to set cards. Like, I prefer Rush Recklessly because it basically trades for everything. Limiter removal does help you push for game, though. I just don't like it because it destroys your guys at the end phase. But I'm willing to admit I could be wrong on that one being not what you want to play. That's pretty much it. Please make all of your cards go 1-for-1 and don't take discards. The point of this deck is to get card advantage. Mobius is... I think Mobius is a reasonable choice. I think like everything else that basically doesn't discard a card or isn't named Swords of Revealing Light is a reasonable choice for them to be playing. That's it. Oh yeah. If you're curious, here's my list. So this is just a nice 40 cards, and the idea is every card is just going to be getting rid of your opponent's cards. I'm running Bottomless with the idea that the more annoying monsters can't be brought back by, like, Call of the Haunted. It's probably not worth it, because if you just play regular Trap Hole, regular Trap Hole's going to hit other gadgets from your opponent. So if they summon Green Gadget and can force you to, like, activate something on it, instead you can just use the back row and use your own Green Gadget to beat over their monsters and, like, force out a Rush Recklessly or Shrink or something. But this is the list I'm running. Smashing Ground is basically the 40th card. If you prefer Smashing or Fissure, I think you can swap these around. I hypothetically think you could change up a lot of these cards, but it's a lot of like spell interactions and a lot of back row. I think Judgment is pretty freaking good, but I haven't drawn it yet. Feels bad. Breaker is just a really nice beater and interacts with back row favorably, which is obviously very nice. The one thing is, I guess if you have Heavy Storm, play Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm is very good. Alright, that's really all I have to say. I have random cards in my extra deck because I think it's funny. I honestly would probably, from what I've played so far, I would recommend cutting Nobleman of Cross out, just because I don't think people are actually playing Flip Monsters. At least not enough. But, I mean, I haven't drawn it and had my opponent on a Flip Monster. This is a card that I'd run, like, if this was a format with a side deck right now, I'd be inclined to put it in the side deck. Because, like, hitting a Magician of Faith... There was one time my opponent had Magician of Faith, and so they looped Heavy Storm, which is annoying. That's the other thing, is because you want to trade, like, 1 for 1. You basically want to set 1 trap per turn, unless you can set a Solemn Judgment to play around Heavy Storm. I don't think it's worth it to not play around Heavy Storm. That's also why, like, if you draw Rush Recklessly along with the other traps, I always just set the Rush Recklessly, because that way if they Heavy Storm, you can basically insulate your monster from their normal summon. And still get value out of it. That's my opinion on that. But yeah, basically the idea of this is you're going to draw exactly one guy. Like, this is a horrible hand right here. And this is why it's the goal is to draw like this. This is the hand you want. 1 Gadget and a bunch of back row. So you just normal summon red, set 3, pass, bam. And in this case we're setting 3 because we have Judgment to insulate from the Heavy Storm. Another great hand. Breaker's an alternative normal summon, you know, Green Gadget. But these are the kind of hands you're looking for the deck. You have back row. Honestly, I think like Dust Tornado might be incorrect, but it's felt good. I've never disliked drawing Dust Tornado yet. But I'm willing to consider that could be wrong, and you're supposed to run more monster interaction. I feel like I said I was done already. Okay, that's really it. That's my commentary on gadgets in this format. Alright, later.